In this video, I will show you how to model a bottle here with modifier. So let's go into our source files folders and you will find here just an image of a bottle here. So very simple image, just I did blur the brand here and we can just start to model with this, okay, as a reference. So first of all, let's import this into Blender. To do that, we just click and drag the image into the interface, okay? With this image, I just make RG, Alt R, to put it in the center and to remove any rotation. And like this, I'm sure that I can make RX 90 degrees. And like this, it will be right oriented. I go into front view in orthographic view and I go into the reference options here. So here I call this collection a ref. Same for the image. Okay, ref. I add a new collection because I will create a new one and this one will be the bottle. Okay. And for this reference here, we will just, we can manage the size of the image. We can manage if it shows in orthographic or perspective only in axis aligned. And I like this option because like this, when I turn around, I cannot see the image and it doesn't disturb me into the interface, but in front view, it will work, or inside view, it will work if it's well oriented. So I will decrease the opacity like this, it doesn't disturb me too much into the interface, and I will put it up with GZ, put it somewhere here, just be sure that it's well in the center with GX as well. Something like that should be good, okay? You can play with the offset Y and X here as well if you need. Good. So what I would like is to model here the bottle shape, and I would like two parts. I would like here the bottle here, and I would like the cap on top. So to do that, I will just add a new mesh, and this will be a plane. This plane, I will rename it bottle. Let's go for it. And now I just select everything and make a M at center. So it tells me that I have only one vertex here. Okay, and the first thing I will do, I will extrude that to go until there and start to follow the line with my extrude here. And what I will do, I will add the first modifier of the list, and this one will be a generate, and it will be here the screw. The screw will give me the entire revolution of it, so it can be good like this. What I can do, I can come back to my image to center it a little again with GX to be sure. Like this it will be easier, okay? And center that. Now I can follow the shape just by doing some extrusions like this, okay? This is a straight line, so I go with EZ like that, okay? Another extrusion. So depending on the image that you will choose, the reference will be perfect or not. Here we can see that we have a little orientation of it, but it's okay, just as a reference for modeling, it will work. Now we can make another extrusion here, another extrusion there, and another here with into the x-axis directly. So we can imagine inside the cap now and go inside with easy, okay, and have this kind of shape for the beginning. So this is the shape that we have after that. Be sure that your first vertex is at the center here, and to be sure of that, go inside the item menu here and put everything at 0 here. Good. We have our first step. Maybe we can increase the size of this a little just by making a GZ a little, just like that. Okay, good. Now what we would like to do is add some subdivision modifier, a subdivision. So what I will do, I will add a modifier generate subdivision surface, okay? And we will smooth our surface like this. But what I don't want is smooth here and there, and I don't have any crease possibility. So what I do, I will just duplicate some vertices by subdivide apart. Like for example, here I subdivide here, and I will make GG to slide here where I need to add some crease. Okay, so I will do the same for that one. Subdivide, take the one in the center, and GG to slide it. Same here, subdivide and GG. Okay, and it will help you to crease the places that you need to crease. Maybe here this one needs to be as well. So I will again subdivide it, put that one here, and make a GG to slide it like that. And now you will have something that looks far more sharp and usable. So this is the first modifier that I have, the first modifiers that I have, and I would like to add some thickness into it. So internal thickness. So to do that, I will add a modifier, generate solidify. It goes outside because here in the screw option, you have the possibility to manage normals and flip the normals. And now it goes inside. And now it looks good. We can adjust a little this value to make it thicker. Okay. And we will have something nice now. That looks very nice actually. Okay, not too much this value, because if you add too much thickness into it, it will go inside and go outside here because we have some a thin part here. Okay, so let's add until there. It will be perfect. Good. Now we have a nice bottle. And what we would like is to create the cap. Create the cap is very easily actually. What I do for that, I just select these two vertices, and as they have already all these modifiers here, if I duplicate these two vertices here, let them there with the right click and make a P selection, it will just take this and create a new object. And this object will be the cap. Now I can select this here again. And if I want to put it outside, I go in the solidify here. And instead of offset -1, I put offset +1, and it will go outside. Perfect. So now what I just have to do is adjust a little the vertices, maybe until there. I don't follow exactly here because the size of it will not be perfect, but yeah, more or less here, and make an extrusion to add some roundness here. Okay, and create this kind of shape there. Good. And now I would like to make an extrusion to the x-axis, and to be sure that it will be in the center, I go there into the x value and put a 0, and now it will be perfectly in the center. So now we have our cap. Good. Just with vertices like that, you can create nice shapes very easily. So just to follow well a little more the reference, what we can do, we can adjust the vertices everywhere. So the cap looks good, more or less, and maybe this part is a little too thick here. So for all of this here, I will make a GX like that. Okay, like this, it will be more or less aligned with the cap. And then I will make a GX again. On this part, yeah, be sure it works well with your entire object, okay? And let's say something like that looks good for what we need, okay? So here it's a first step. Now what I would like to do is to add some screw here. So what I will do, I will hide the cap here, and I will add another object. This object will be just another plane. And we will just want to create a triangle shape with one vertex. So we'll make RX 90 degrees, RY 45 degrees, remove this vertex here, and now you have a right triangle shape. I will scale it down, put it up here, and put it there. scale it down again. Maybe scale into the x-axis to have more this kind of shape here, and put the base here, somewhere there. Looks good. Add a modifier, generate, and again we will use the screw. The screw will create this nice shape here, but we would like to increase the screw. Like this we will start to make a real screw. And increase the iteration, maybe just 2 iterations, or maybe 3 iterations by decreasing the screw value here. But I think it will be too much. So just 2, actually, it's okay. Good. So now we have this kind of shape. I would like to create here an edge here. Okay, good. And I would like to put it down a little, all of that, with GZ, something like this. Okay, so we can see that now we have something that goes very outside. So at the moment we will have to apply this to make the shape right, but let's add a modifier subdivision surface and have a look on it. So does it look good or not? Maybe we have the inverted normals here, and for that we go into the normals and flip here, and we will have something that looks far better. Okay, I come back to that one, increase the screw value, the viewport and the step has to be the same. So 24, 24 to have something that looks smoother, and I will put the same on that, 24 and 24. It will look better. Now I will have at a moment to apply this. Okay, so if you are not sure, you apply to, before applying a modifier, you duplicate it. Here we are more or less sure that we want a kind of shape like that, so let's go for it. I apply the first one. Now I will have the entire shape, and now I can manage the end and the beginning of it just by going on top here, enable the proportional editing with connected only and with the sharp option, and now you can put here the tip inside and the beginning here inside as well. Okay, we can go in here in this mode, in wireframe mode, to see more what we are doing, and now we have something that goes progressively inside and outside. Okay, good. So we have our first here screw. Okay, and we will make the same for the inside of the cap if needed. So in that case, you just duplicate this one and you call it screw cap. So inside the cap, we can put one, and it will be more or less the same system, but you will put it a little out on top of it like this, and disable the bottle, enable the cap, disable the first screw, and see how it looks like. So now to manage it, we make air without this. Okay, so or we come back and make another. But what we can do as well, here we have an interesting shape. So what we can do as well is scale it up until into the X and Y to have something like that, more or less, that goes inside, but not too much. And what we can do, we can just make add a loop here, and with Alt S put it up without the proportional editing. Okay, now we have the right shape, and we select that one on top with here, but we put it inside here now with the proportional editing. Same for that one. And now it should look like this. Maybe we can put this inside a little more. Okay, with GX, I guess. Exactly. So now we have something good that looks aligned and fit the shape that we want. Maybe this one, it's a little outside. And now it looks good. So You can now manage the screw cap and parent it to the cap. So what I will do here is make a Control P and parent it to the object. Like this, when I move the first, the other will move. And here I will make the same to the screw and to the bottle. So the screw and the bottle here. Okay, Control P, set parent to object. Now I can move this up and move this down. It will follow, everything will follow. And we have the bottle and the cap, and inside we have the screw that follows. So this is a good example on how to use the screw here with the subdivision in Solidify. It works very well to create all the shapes that will be like a glass of wine, or a simple glass, or a bottle, or a vase, or yeah, a lot of possibilities with that. And for the screws, it works very well as well. So that's it for modeling with modifiers. So we did see already a few examples. Don't hesitate to make your own experiment with that. Modifiers are something very powerful in Blender. And if you really want to achieve a good level of modeling, modifiers will be in your workflow for sure. Now we can continue, and I think it's done for simple modeling, let's say. You can experiment with that. Don't hesitate to reproduce the tutorials more and more until it becomes natural. It's really something important for you. And after, in the next chapter, we will start to produce some images with that. So we will discover the camera options.